Hi everybody, Kevin here, and we're back to our monthly dose of Ray. Previously on the Skystriker OCG manga, Ray goes ham for the first time and they basically capture her mom. Alright, cool, you basically caught up. But if you want a more in-depth discussion and breakdown of the previous two chapters, check in the description below. So let's break down chapter 3, because a lot of stuff actually happens this time. But before we start, please like, sub, blah blah blah, you know the deal. The manga picks up immediately from the previous chapter. Here comes Skystriker ace Ray. Ray slices through as Arcus tells Ray to go ahead. Zard is shocked, thinking how can Ray move so quickly despite his magnet wave? And he also can see her power level. The Spectra duo realize how outmatched they are, and so put Seela in a box, prioritizing Seela's capture. The bad guys shoot a smoke grenade, but Ray does a tornado spin which clears the air. But they're too far away, and Ray is almost out of energy. Despite this, Ray refuses to give up. The three Spectra make haste as they see a very angry anime girl right behind them. Zard confirms it is indeed a Skystriker right behind them. Sofarina suddenly stops and decides to keep Ray occupied. Zard tells Sofarina to stop, as the Skystriker's attack power is completely unknown. Sofarina knows, and that their chances of escaping is only 50% anyways. Sofarina stays to fight the legendary Skystriker, something she's always wanted to meet in battle. That fighting the rear guard is the duty of a warrior, blah blah blah. Ray says, I will take back Seela, get out of my way, as she shoots a homing missile. Ray goes full Omaiwa Moshinderu, but Sofarina has one last trick up her sleeve, as she catches Ray's foot and boom, self-destructs. The two remaining Spectra look onwards, hoping that their Calmer's sacrifice not be in vain. Luckily, Ray managed to survive, but the two Spectra managed to escape with Seela. We suddenly see a horde of Spectra drones who arrive at the town. But we find that 2 years have passed. We see some action until Shark Cannon, baby, and it blows everything away. Arceus and Himmel discuss Ray becoming a true Skystriker. Apparently Kama has achieved 70% occupation of the land, and no matter how many Spectre drones they fight, and having so much battle data, Ray can still basically solo everything. In fact, Arceus thinks that Ray's power level already surpasses her. Ray is the final human, and the embodiment of a terrifying technology brought back to life. They're also still looking for Seela, but have no idea where she may be. However, they think Seela could have been executed long ago anyways, but they decide to keep their thoughts a secret. And if their fears become true, Himmel will be the one to tell Ray. The big problem though is that for 2 years Ray has been fighting every day without stopping. She's completely changed. Ray has become a girl who never smiles. And the two wonder, for what purpose was Ray raised to begin with? Maybe she was created to bear those terrible feelings. We move to the museum as we find Ray looking at the old photo from her 13th birthday. Aileron had a feeling she might be there, as the two reminisce about how peaceful things were back then. Ray mentions it was because they didn't know anything about the outside world, however. Aileron asks if Ray is okay, which she says, of course. Aileron hasn't been able to go to battle with Ray, since he's just been getting in her way. Ray tries to make him feel better, saying it's probably for the best he doesn't since it's dangerous after all. And not to mention what happened to Pylon. Aileron hasn't seen Ray in a while apparently, and notices she's gotten bigger. In fact, it's Ray's 15th birthday. Ray doesn't make a big deal out of it, instead hoping they can celebrate when Seela comes back to them. And speaking of Pylon, Aileron did have something prepared. Pylon reappears in physical form, but on the inside, the base where the backups were stored got destroyed. And Himmel said emotion circuits take a long time to develop. Aileron apologizes, leading to Pylon to apologize. He talked about Ray a lot, but it didn't seem to work. Seela might have suffered the same fate, but Ray has faith that Seela is alright. Pylon just wanted Ray to be happy, like from before, and to get a hug from her. Aileron instead hugs Pylon. Then we cut to what looks like a spectral lab, and it seems the two remaining Spectra have been planning something for the last 2 years, using the data from the defense program. And yep, there we have it. Someone very familiar has been growing in a tube. And that's basically it for chapter 3. First of all, oh my god, it's Rose, I think. Remember that weird theory I had? The point is, since they showed capturing, maybe Rose will probably show up because Ray or someone who possesses her genetic data will get captured and Spectra will clone her or something as a counter. I don't know, I'm just reaching here again. I'm starting to think I might be right. Yes, thank you for the applause, thank you. Remember how Seela is essentially Ray's surrogate mother? I guess that means Rose is Ray's genetic clone or something, since the Spectra have been collecting Ray's battle data for like the last 2 years. And also a minor nitpick thing, but we only see one of them. You think that maybe they have multiple clones or something, Because I mean, why not? Maybe it's a little too gruesome to see some of the failed experiments, but it seems they managed to make a clone of Rei within the span of 2 years. Now we have to think it's also weird that we haven't seen Rei transform into any of the links yet. However, it may be easily explained that Rei is barely trying and she manages to solo all the drones anyways like no problem. I guess when she meets her match in Rose, she has to pull out all the stops and she transforms into the suits. Seems like a common trope anyways in anime where they go even further beyond, or when the MC suddenly gets a stronger power somehow. But because we see Rose, does that mean we will see her in a mech suit like, with Zeke and fight Rei off the bat? I don't really think so. If we look at Sisters Cross, we see Rose in a plug suit form fighting Rei, who's in, her kinda suit. I'm guessing Rose is probably super OP by herself and probably being indoctrinated that some other girl is destroying the people and taking over the planet. And for Sela, if she is still alive, she probably feels conflicted, since odds are Sela is the one who essentially gave her DNA or information or something to the Spectre to create Rose, which will make Rose and Rei sisters in a way, and kind of have the similar family dynamics where where she has Himmel and Arcus, while Rose has Zord and the other robot. Also, I think this chapter really hits home the theme of identity and what makes us who we are. The scene at the museum where Aliron recreates Pylon, where yes, Pylon has technically returned, but the Pylon Rei knew is gone forever. And also Rei don't smile no more either, and that's really sad. She changed, and you have to wonder, was it because of activating Gotch? Or was her change going to happen regardless? Heavy stuff, gang. Maybe Rei was created for the express purpose of destroying the Spectra, just like Rose was probably made for the sole purpose of destroying the Kama. Rei has become an emotionless being, almost like a machine ironically. Anyways, in terms of future stuff, expect a Rose and Rei showdown. Maybe some existential stuff where Rei finds out that their fighting was over nothing and that she actually is not the last human anymore. I don't think more support in, OCG land or TCG land will be coming, but since Rei did that tornado thing, I can see it becoming a card like this. Yep. Hopefully, this Skystriker thing makes it another couple chapters, but so far it's been above my expectations of adapting a children's card game lore. That's all I really have to say about this chapter. Let me know down below what you thought of the Skystriker manga so far. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like, sub, blah, blah, blah.